This is a tutorial for Drastic SyncControl. SyncControl is an application written to sync multiple digital disc recorders through the network. It is written in Java, so it can be run on any system on your network or run on one of the DDRs. SyncControl has three main areas to its interface: the channel configuration, the transport control, and the sync monitor area. I'm going to start by making a new config. And we'll start by discussing the channel configuration. The channel configuration area is where you set up the connections to the various digital disc recorders you want to control on your network. I'm going to start with a unit on the network called SD-DEC. Hitting enter or clicking on the test button will connect you to that unit. We can see that it's got one channel and a clip called SyncD, which is the clip that I want, and we are connected to it. Now that we've connected to the channel, we can control it using the transport control area. There's an orange line here coming from the channel configuration to the transport to control to indicate that the transport control is controlling the channel configuration. It has all of your basic transport functions: reverse play, jump back, fast reverse, fast forward, stop, step forward, step backwards. There's a channel status area on the right which has two time codes. The upper time code is usually left to control, which is the absolute zero-based time code. And the lower time code can be LTC, control, TC, or VTC. There's a time code type, in this case non-drop frame, and user bits. There's also a percentage, which is the speed in percentage of play speed, where play is 100% and reverse play is minus 100%. The other control is the slider bar and the button that controls it. Right now it's in pause mode, which means position. So if I grab this thumb, I can drag it back and forth and scan through the clip from the start to the end. If I change it to jog mode, clicking and holding will cause it to move forward at a speed between minus 100% and plus 100%. Releasing the mouse will cause it to immediately go into pause. Shuttle is very similar to jog, except with a wider range, so it goes from 10 times play to minus 10 times play. VAR has a range of minus 100% play to 200% play speed, the difference being that when you find the speed you like, dropping the mouse will cause it to stay on that speed. So far we've only controlled one channel. The idea of sync control, of course, is to control multiple channels. So we'll go back up to our channel configuration area and start adding some channels to our sync monitor. I'm going to give this channel a name. I'll call it player D, and add it to the sync monitor. That channel is now the first channel, or the primary channel, for the sync set that will be put together to control as a group. I have another DDR called DDR1. This has two channels. It is a Typhon 2 model, so there are two internal channels. I want to use both channels as part of the sync group, so I'll start with the 0 channel, select the clip that I wanted to play, and add that to my sync monitor. I'll then go and change to the other channel of that Typhon 2, put it to a different clip, change the name, and add that. Now you can see that I've made a small mistake. There are two named player D, so I can bring this one back down by double-clicking, which brings all the information back down to the configuration area. Correct the mistake. Click Set to set it back to that same position, as opposed to adding a new channel into the sync set. Now, as I've done this, you can see that the transport line has moved up to the sync monitor area. This means that I am now controlling all of the channels simultaneously. So if I grab the position, I can now move them all as a group. You can see here the time code for each channel, and whichever channel is highlighted, the time code for that channel is displayed in this main timecode area. Starting a sync playback is as simple as hitting play. all the channels will start together and continue in sync. We monitor all the channels in the sync monitor area, where we have the name we gave them, their address, the port, the channel within that system, the time code they're rolling at currently, the clip name they're using, an offset, if set, into that clip, their status, the mode they're in, how much free space is available, and the find sync. The find sync is the sync millisecond offset from vertical blank. Now, my systems here are not actually reference locked, so you can see that they are falling off slightly. And this area up here lets you see what the largest and smallest offset are. When you're running in true lock with proper reference, then they should be between -5 and 5 milliseconds. The other thing you can do with the sync monitor is you can record on all these channels at the same time. Hitting the record button will bring up the new settings, which will allow you to set a name for it and optionally set a maximum length. And then you can click set name to set them and start recording on all those channels. There's also a configuration dialog. It allows you to set the default name for record and the default number. It has a millisecond offset setting, which is the amount of time that we will use before starting a play or record to go through the network. 1000 is normal. You can reduce that if you have a faster network. There's a state for what to do after it finishes recording. Load the last clip it had, stay and stop, or automatically load the new clip just created. Show offset allows you to show a frame offset from the top time code when viewing the status in a playback. And update delay allows you to increase the delay of the update to compensate for slow machines. And you can see there's a little bit of flicker here because I'm not actually gen-locked between the machines. Finally, you can save each configuration. If you save them as default.sync, then it'll be loaded the next time you load the application, or you can use other names and load them manually. Thank you for listening to this tutorial, and have a great day.